What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're gonna have another look at a brand new dungeon. It's a pretty tough boss. We definitely need a lot of teams to kind of like deal with it. The Sand Devil's Necropolis. 25 stages, tons of different affinities, and it can be pretty annoying. Now, in today's video, we're gonna focus on a very endgame team, okay? This is gonna be a whale team. It's gonna be gear intensive, I would say, in a way or another, but they're only legendary champions. If you guys want to see a guide that's kind of like for the majority of the players, a more budgetish team that will allow you to farm this boss on a pretty decent stage and kind of like get what you need out of it and get a lot of other tips for it, check this video right here, guys. I uploaded it before. Is a rare champion. Together with the rest of the team is gonna make this boss a pretty decent fight, at least for different stages, not the very high stages, because it becomes a bit more gear intensive. You need to have more specific champions and stuff, but a very nice team plus tons of different tips, so feel free to check out the video. Talking about the team that we're about to use today, probably you've seen that we had a bug with Knockdown, right? He was able to one-shot the boss. They fixed the bug very quick, as expected, because that was a bug, was not a nerf to the champion or anything like that, and it was pretty much as fast as they fixed Geomancer, maybe a bit faster, or as fast as they fixed Seer 2 years ago. So things like this, they happen sometimes. The boss is still bugged. They haven't fixed the boss, so they don't need to fix that. The Doom Tower is still bugged. They haven't fixed that either. Basically, you cannot heal on the boss, okay, for some reason, and that's not fixed. Plus, there are many other bugs that are slowly getting discovered. Slowly, we're gonna discover more teams, and we're gonna find different ways in how we can actually fight this boss. I've already seen Arsalan doing some crazy things with his teams, like 30-40 seconds, no sleep champions, going like berserk mode. In this team, Chagur is the actual MVP, guys, okay? So we have 3 Void legendaries, 2 Spirit legendaries. These are top tier legendaries for the game. Raiho was a guaranteed, which was pretty nice. Chagur was not guaranteed, or any of these champions were not guaranteed. But it's still a pretty nasty team. When we are talking about this boss, presets are very important. So I'm quickly going to show you the presets that I made for my team, right? I talked about presets in the previous video. They're very important. Now, in this video, I'm going to tank with Duchess. The boss is going to kill my entire team. Duchess is going to survive because she's on the build that I have for Arena Offense on Stone Skin, 2-turn Stone Skin, right? So she's going to tank. How you guys can see, I have her slower than the boss, even with her aura added on. I calculated all that. Then I have Chagur going in with the sleep straight after he gets revived. Before, they're all using different skills that don't matter, okay? So one thing to keep in mind, you see everybody starts with a A1. Then, of course, we have Chagur reviving, putting the boss to sleep, and you're gonna see in a second why he's such an amazing champion against this dungeon. We have Raiho with tons of different debuffs, very powerful as well. And of course, we have 2 DPS. Acrisia, she's gonna get Thermeter down, she's gonna deal more damage. The thing is, the champions are not healing once their HP is getting destroyed by the boss, okay? That's a bug that needs to be fixed. And Septimus, another DPS champion. But that being said, let's crack on it and wreck this boss. I think the best time I've got with the team, guys, was around 1 minute and 3 seconds, or 1 minute and 5 seconds. Everybody's kind of like using basic skills and stuff here. The boss one-shots everybody except Duchess because she tanks with a Stone Skin. That's why I mentioned before, like, you gotta do Hydra, guys. Get Stone Skin. You could potentially use it on multiple champions. Then, of course, we have Raiho, who drops in with all the debuffs. We have the enemy max HP champions nuking. Chagur landing the poison on is huge because of his passive. Whenever the boss will attempt to take a turn, the poison will tick, and he's gonna attack with the A1, putting the boss to sleep again. Of course, it's not 100% chance for it to happen, but it's damn good when it happens, you know, like, the boss doesn't get to move. Look how powerful Chagur is against this boss, guys. I'm so glad I haven't empowered my Ramantu when he was meta for like 1 month in Arena, because damn, I would have been so freaking gutted right now. It's just so nice to have Chagur for this boss. You see, we didn't land the sleep there, but he's coming back to do it after. The thing is, he needs to land the poisons himself. I do have a toxic set on Septimus, and I gotta admit it, I completely forgot that that's a requirement, on his passive. There we go. He landed that sleep again. Raiho dropping in all the debuffs on the boss. The enemy max HP champions doing the work. With Geomancer, it's pretty hard because he doesn't heal. The bug is still here, how I mentioned, and yeah, it's kind of like pretty annoying. That's pretty much how the team runs. How I mentioned, I've got the best time, I think 1 minute and 3 seconds. I'm gonna link a screenshot right here on the top so you guys can actually get to see it. You could probably change Septimus with a Royal Guard, with a Husk. You could probably change Acrisia with a different champion too. You won't have that turn meter control anymore. You won't be getting so much damage like she does it in a go. The team probably won't be as reliable. I feel like it's very hard to get one team to be 100% win rate on this boss at the moment. Of course, it's only the first day. It's still bugged at the moment, so we need a few weeks probably to kind of like get everything under control, get some nice teams out there for the majority of the people, and hopefully Plarium is gonna fix the bugs sooner or later, because at the moment it's pretty annoying. It's pretty hard to kind of like make some decent teams when your team doesn't heal back and stuff like that. Whenever the boss is asleep, you should be getting healed back. Your damaged HP should be getting recovered based on the heal, but it doesn't happen. How you guys seen, I have Raiho, who definitely gives me tons and tons of healing, but it's just not working. Let's have a quick look at the champions and their builds. How I mentioned, this is a bit more on the extreme, on the very end game stuff, So recently used first. This is my Chagur. He is on a day set, on a sleep set. And it seems like the sets are not appearing here. I was like, what? Am I missing a piece from something? Because I don't see the sets. Total stats, I have 39k HP, 3.1k attack, 3.1k defense, 276 speed, and I have 563 accuracy. The problem for stage 25, you need 275 speed. That's the speed that the boss's speed, sorry. And you need around 560 plus accuracy, 550 plus, in order to don't get resisted. You still have the chance of getting resisted, though, because you know how raid works. But this is my Chagur. I haven't focused on damage for him. I actually tried to give him a bit of survivability. In terms of masteries, I actually have Fearsome Presence, and I went on support 3. I'm avoiding having War Master or anything like that on any of my champions because of the counter on the boss. War Master, Giant Slayer, Phantom Touch can actually proc that, and it's pretty annoying. My next champion is going to be Raiho Bone Spear. She's the second fastest in the team. They do have a speed order, and that's very important to respect as well. She could be replaced by a Mother Sibel. She could be replaced by a Cardiel. She could be replaced by another champion too. You don't really need to bring all those debuffs on the boss. You're still gonna deal some damage. Maybe you can use a couple of toxic sets on different champions. I have her in there, but I am definitely considering bringing in maybe a revive on that champion, just to kind of like keep everything under control in case if the boss is trying to wreck me. So I'm gonna look at some champions that will kind of like give me the best value. Cardiel, he's always gonna try to join in with the passive, with the A1 to join in the attack with the allies, so that can be a bit bad for the counter. So I feel like Mother Sibel might be the GOAT in here. We're gonna see that. Definitely expect a few more guides with lower champions, not only crazy legendaries, for the next few days, guys. But she is on a Stalwart and a Perception set. Total stats, 64k HP, 2.9k defense, 273 speed. Remember that I have the lead from Duchess, which gives me 19% more speed as well. 548 accuracy. So I would like to raise her accuracy a little bit. Masteries, I have a defense and support 3. Tier 6, I have Eagle Eye for her masteries here. And we're going down to lasting gifts. You can't see it because of my big head right here. The next champion, based on speed, of course, is no one else but Acrisia. Now, this is the build that I have for my Hydra clan boss. Relentless, a speed set. Total stats, I have 52,000 HP, 2.5k defense, 3k attack, 266 speed, full crit rate, 268 crit damage, no accuracy. So I actually changed the War Master from her masteries for the moment. I might change them back. I just kind of wanted to see how it's going to play out. I'm not disappointed with it. I gotta see how she performs in Hydra. I don't think is going to affect me too much either. I just want a 1 key Hydra Nightmare. I'm not stressing about world records or anything like that, so I'm fine. But those are the total stats. And masteries, I actually went to Helm Smasher. Now, it really depends on what exactly you want from her. You could potentially get a War Master instead and risk to drop the counter a bit too early and stuff like that. But it shouldn't be necessarily the biggest problem, though, if you only have it on a champion, you know. Then the next one that we have in here, guys, is no one else but Septimus based on speed. And now I mentioned I've put him on a toxic set, but Chagur needs to land the poisons himself. So instantly attacks enemies with a default skill whenever they receive damage from poison debuffs placed by this champion. So that's actually pretty nice. He gets a bit of a heal, and he has a 75% chance to land a sleep with a master is 80, and then I gave him a sleep set, which will kind of like increase the chance by quite a bit. This is a 25% chance from the set, 5% more from the master is added to it, so it's gonna be a much higher chance to land the sleep debuff on the boss, you know. But yeah, that's kind of like the whole deal with Chagur. Septimus, 47k HP. Again, I prioritized survivability, 3.5k attack, 2.2k defense, 269 speed. Actually, he might be a bit faster than Akrisia, if I'm not mistaken. 99 crit rate, 224 crit damage. I'm definitely gonna change the build from toxic set to something else on him, you know. And masteries, offense and support. I do have Helm Smasher as a tier 6. I actually haven't changed the masteries since the last time I made a video on him, so that's why he doesn't have War Master. And the last champion is Duchess. She is on a full Stone Skin set, and total stats on her, we have 95k HP, 4.1k defense, 242 speed. I actually lowered the speed on her. I used to have her a bit higher, but I saw that if she was taking the turns before, she was actually losing the Stone Skin, and the boss sometimes was actually wrecking my entire team, you know, and like this was a failure. So I decreased the speed a bit on her to make sure she's not gonna take a turn before the boss, you know. So these are her total stats and masteries. I have defense and support 3. And this is the same Duchess that I'm using on Hydra. Now, when I'm gonna do Hydra, most probably I'm going to have to bring her speed back up just to don't mess up my my Hydra team. But guys, this was one of the team for the very end game, for the people that do have a lot of champions, for the people that they might get inspired and create something else from here with different champions. Is another strategy that you guys could use if you have access to all these crazy champions. If you know how I mentioned, I've already made a different video with no legendaries, and it's actually a pretty nice team with a free farmable rare champion that's going to be the MVP, the second best champion. So Chagur, I think, is the best. Then he's the second best out of everyone else in the game to be the sleep champion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How are you finding this dungeon so far? Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.